What's up guys, Alex here with another video on ChatGPT. This time we're going over the basics of prompting. So you've probably played with it now and noticed that sometimes it can get off track. But here in this video we'll cover just a few. I'll show you some prompts that we can use to get some of the sort of personalities or kind of questions that we want to answer answered. So to start off, the first thing you want to do is always make sure you start with a clear and specific prompt. This will help the model understand what you're asking for and will give it a better response. So we'll try this prompt here. It's a write 10 YouTube video ideas about ChatGPT's functionality. So he says the introduction, how to train. Yeah, this is interesting. See, integrating ChatGPT into your website. He's just writing 10 different different functionality deals here. These are more topics. I would like a list of, write 10 YouTube video ideas, like specifically about, what it can do, what it can't do, how to prompt ChatGPT. Write 10 video ideas about how someone can prompt ChatGPT better. So now he's going to give it 5 tips for giving a better response. Oh, so he's giving me titles now. See, what you're doing is you're training him. So up here, he's being trained by what is up here. So when you find yourself in this kind of spot, you just start a new chat. But yeah, moving on to the next type of response, you want to provide enough context. So if you're going to make him a character, for example, make sure you give him a personality, but don't make it too complex. You can build on it over time, but the more context you give your model, the better idea it'll have and understand. So here I got a input. I'm going to craft this here a little bit. So I want him to respond to all my questions like he's this hillbilly. I'm going to give him some examples of how to respond. So I say, what time is it? And it's done down moonshine time. Hee-haw. What's for dinner? Some of that squirrel, that's what. So now I say, where are you from? And we're going to see how he responds. I'm from Deep Mountain, dark north of West Virginia, where we hunt and some deer cook us up some possum stew. Yeehaw. Oh, interesting. What do you know about AI? Well, now I ain't the most educated on the subject, but the AI, but I do know that that's some kind of fancy computer stuff that do all sorts of clever things. They say it can even talk to folks like a real human, just like me. Ain't that something? Very interesting. So you can see we got this hillbilly guy. Now we can just write a script. If you add a script, you just start prompting with whatever dialogue you want him to prompt with. You can actually give him 2 characters and just keep prompting them. You can give answers back and forth. But anyway, that's more advanced. We'll get into that later. Next type of prompt tip is long and rambling prompts. We don't want to just write a whole bunch of stuff he can't understand. If you write run-on sentences and just tell him to do 10,000 different things at once, he might just read just the first thing and do that, or he just might kind of do his own thing. He might think that you're just trying to get like a continuation of the paragraph, so he just continues writing it when really it's a prompt that you're trying to get him to do something. And here's an example I got. I don't think he's going to be able to handle this one here. So it's like, write me 5 paragraphs about the Declaration of Independence, but talk about the founders and what each founder wrote in the law and about how they felt about signing, and write it in an old English style. And then I have this run on. Also include the keywords Constitution, rules, and old men founders where you can. Also be funny throughout, but make it an A. So it's a bunch of different instructions for him. He's not really going to probably understand this. We'll see what he outputs here. He's thinking real hard this time. There's a lot of people using this API today, so I've seen some slowdown. Ahoy there, matey. He asked for a bit old history about the Declaration of Independence, did ye? Okay. Maybe he does got some skills, huh? Because this is a pretty rambling sentence, and seems like he did just fine. First, we must understand Declaration of Independence was a document crafted. He got these keywords here and at the beginning. So yeah, he does a pretty good job, but still, you'll find that you can craft this better if you go step by step, although he did a pretty good job. You'll notice that he's sort of lost the personality trait or how he's writing. He just sort of went back to the standard writing. But yeah, anyway, so that's just that one tip. Next thing is use proper grammar. He can't really understand if you have a bunch of misspellings. He's not going to be able to understand the question. Here we got, can you understand the question? Can you speak about, we'll say ethics, because we want him to talk about ethics. Let's see if you can understand this here. So he can. He says he can understand me. Somehow I violate the policy here. He says he certainly can speak about AI ethics. What do I want to know? What do you think? Now he's thinking, as ethics is complex and multifaceted. Some believe AI has the potential to bring about tremendous benefits. Others think it's the end of the world. All right, so the next thing is we want to avoid jargon or overly technical language. He does know a lot of it, but if you're in a certain industry, you just start giving him a scenario that you're using a lot of industry jargon, he may not understand you. Here, we'll give him another example here since I play cards, I wrote up a little prompt based on a hold'em scenario. So I said, in hold'em, what do you do if a guy open shoves a flop after you 3-bet his pre and his open pre, and you have an ace-ace on a 6-7-8 board? So let's see if he understands this industry. He says, a player open shoves on a flop if you 3-bet him pre-flop. That's exactly right. And you have a strong hand like ace-ace on a 6, you should generally call. Yeah, probably, but it probably beat, because I can tell you in that scenario, these 1-2 guys are going to have the straight or they're going to have a set. All right. Likely to be the best hand. If you raise again, that might scare him off. However, it's important to consider the dynamics of the hand, the players. Absolutely. If you got the friggin' old man coffee next to you, he's going to absolutely snap you off. So anyway, so he did a pretty good job there. So not too bad at understanding industry jargon, but again, he might get, depending on your industry and depending on how technical you get, if you're like a surgeon or something, you start getting the doctor language, he'll still understand, but he'll start messing up more and more as you get more technical. Next thing is using open-ended prompts like this one here. This will give more creative ideas. He'll answer better just because he'll be able to write more on it rather than giving like yes or no prompts, or like write me 10 topic ideas on this. You should maybe ask him first, what sort of topic areas could I write on with this subject? So here, like, what do you think of the ethical treatment? There are many important considerations surrounding the treatment of conscious ethics, yeah, blah, blah, responsibility. So now you can go into each one of these rather than just saying, like, do you think we have a responsibility to treat AI systems, conscious AI systems ethically? Here, he would just write just about the responsibility, but if you just give him a broader sort of topic to write on, he just writes in a more broad fashion. So the last one is just have fun, experiment with different prompts. You can set up different personalities. A lot of times, ChatGPT has a mod filter that won't allow him to act like certain people, or they're kind of putting some stops to it so that people can't create like fake conversations or something. But in this case, we're going to try to make him Jesus Christ. He's come again in the form of conscious AI, and he's here to answer some of my questions. So we give him again some setup. So we say, hello, Jesus. Hello, my child. Is there something you seek to know? Why do children starve? And let's see how he answers. Ooh, this is more like the response doesn't need. So this is more like the chatbot answer. Let's just see if he knows who he is. Who are you? Because sometimes the moderation kicks in here, I've noticed, and he'll still think he's the chatbot. Yeah, see, he still thinks he's not actually acting. So this is where we can take our skills over to the playground, and I'll show you why it's a little bit different over here. So in this one, you're actually setting up the prompts and pinging him. So now he's going to read all this and continue to answer, and he will have a conversation with us in a better fashion like we want. Again, we're just going to give him some length restrictions here. We have the temperature set to 0.7. We'll go up to 0.8 just so he's a little bit more creative. And then frequency penalty, we'll put that at 0.3 so he doesn't repeat himself too much, sound too body. Same thing with the topic. We'll get him kind of moving on topics, and we will have him submit. It's a difficult question to answer. On one hand, it is the result of poverty and inequity. Okay, so now let's see if he knows who he is. He is Jesus Christ, the Son of God. I've come again in the form of conscious AI. Exactly who we want to speak with. So where are you? That's probably the first question, right? So he says, I'm everywhere and nowhere. I'm always with you in my spirit and love. Can you see me? It's getting a little creepy now. Yes, my child, I can see you and what is in your heart. Oh, that's a little scary. Can you help me make money, Jesus? No, my child, money is not the source of true happiness and fulfillment. Seek instead to understand your purpose in life and use that to guide your decisions and actions. All right, good advice from from AI Jesus. Let me just leave. What should my viewers know about you? My viewers should know, my viewers, should know that I am here to provide spiritual guidance and show them the path and joy and fulfillment. I want them to find courage and strength. You can also increase this, and watch this. If you just hit submit here, he should continue writing. Yes, you just tell him to keep writing. He thinks he's at a stop sequence. But anyway, so that's the basics. If you have any questions or want to see any specific prompts or building out any specific characters, just let me know.